patients and medical profession. Then there is a physician charter. The American Board of Internal Medicine, in conjunction with the European Federation of the Internal Medicine, provides the fundamental principles of charter, which are primacy of patients' welfare, patients' autonomy, and the social justice. Here are the models of professionalism. Model number one is the continuum of the professionalism. Number two, professionalism in the post-secondary teaching. And number three, the meta profession model. Number one, continuum of professionalism. Weston and McElvine in 2001 intended their continuum to be representative of development towards the scholarship of teaching. It consists of three phases. Phase number one, develop personal knowledge about one's own teaching and students' learning. Phase number two, develop and exchange knowledge about the teaching and learning in one's discipline. Phase three, develops the scholarly knowledge about teaching and learning that has significance and impact on the institution and field. Here are some examples of these phases. Phase number one is the engagement in the institutional developmental activities and engagement in the innovation in teaching. Examples of phase two are the engagement in disciplinary and multidisciplinary teaching associations and growth in the understanding of complexity of teaching and learning. The examples of phase three is obtaining funding for the research on teaching and mentor others on doing research on teaching. These figures show where the ethics and the professionalism unite in the continuum of the professionalism. This includes the valid assessment of the students, respect for institution, content competence, pedagogical competence, dealing with the sensitive topics, student development, dual relationships with students, confidentiality, and respect for colleagues. Number second is the professionalism in the post-secondary teaching, which is first described by the McLean and Blackwell in 1997. They described the qualities of academic teachers in the three major perspectives: reflective practice, pedagogical theory, and professional dialogue. The reflective practice, a professional teacher engage in reflective practice with intentions of continuous learning and development. The pedagogical theory, a professional teacher engaged in theoretical ideas about teaching and learning. In the professional dialogue, the professional teacher provides the open discussion among the colleagues about teaching, learning, either in the department or the intra and inter-institutionally. Qualities of the academic teachers: making use of mistakes and difficulties, problem solving and continuous improvement, developing and applying theories. Is the third model, the meta profession model. Areola and the Thrill 2015 take different approach to understanding professionalism. It consists of the concept of professoriate as practicing a meta profession. That is, the college professor must perform a variety of roles that requires expertise in the areas that extend beyond the base professional skills. On the basis of these, skill sets for the faculties are divided into two major categories. Number one is the base profession skill, which is the basics of any profession. And number second is the meta profession skills, which is the high order skills that allows you to engage with functional expertise more effectively. Here is the WHO concept of the 7-star pharmacist that involves the lifelong learner. Every 7-star doctor should be passionate about the lifelong learning. He or she should be a good, persistent teacher who provides an effective, friendly environment to the students, and a good communicator, which can lead to a leader of a good community. It provides not only the treatment, but also the social, mental, and physical health to the patients, their families, and to the community. That's the caregiver. And he or she should be a good decision maker. A prompt, he or she should focus on the prompt solution of every problem and provide, he or she should be a good communicator so that they provide the basic and healthcare facilities not only to their patients but also to their families and their community. Sales of pharmacy should also have a good management skills, that is the administrative skills. Next is the 7-star doctor in the Pakistan. PMC designed a competency-based curriculum similar to in design to the CanMed curriculum, which we have discussed in the previous presentation. It develops the 7 competencies in the medical graduates in Pakistan to produce a 7-star physicians. These 7 competencies are skillful, knowledgeable, critical thinker, researcher, health promoter, leader, and professional. As we all know that the professional attributes are not universal. There are cultural differences. This leads to the emergence of various professional attributes proposed in different cultures. Here is the model of the Malaysia professionalism. Wolson and S 2017 gives the thematic engagement of professionalism in the Malaysia, which is based on different perspectives like public, patient, professional, and personal. On the public basis, it includes the social accountability. In patients, it includes the equality and humanity and patient's primacy. At the level of the profession, it includes excellence and commitment to professional development and professional traits. And personal basis, it includes the code of conduct, competence, leadership, and interpersonal professional skills. There is a research carried out in the Malaysia on the practice of the professionalism among the young practitioners, which consists of 3 major categories, that is competency, care and concern, and integrity. And further subdivided into 6 subsets, which includes developmental practice, commitment to understanding youth, dedication, ethics, reliability, and sincerity. Now we will discuss the reflective judgment model. Reflective judgment model describes the developmental progression that includes between the childhood and the adulthood in the ways that individuals view knowledge and justify their beliefs about ill-structured problems, epistemic cognition. Reflective judgment model is divided into 7 levels, which is further categorized on the basis of 3 major categories: pre-reflective, quasi-reflective, and reflective. The first 3 levels of the reflective judgment model lies in the pre-reflective part. Level 1 is, I know what I have seen. Level 2 includes, if it is on the news, it has to be true. Level 3, when there is an evidence that people can give to convince everybody one way or another, then it will be knowledge until it's just a guess. Now the quasi-reflective phase, it includes level 4 and level 5. Level 4 is about, I would be more inclined to believe evolution if they had proof. It's just like the pyramids, I don't think we will ever know. We are going to ask, no one was there. And the level 5 includes, people think differently and so they attack the problem differently. Other theories could be as true as my own, but based on different evidence. Here's the reflective phase, which includes a level 6 and level 7. Level 6 is very difficult in life to be sure. There are degrees of sureness. You come to the point at which you are sure enough for a personal stance on an issue. And the level 7, one can judge arguments by how well thought out the positions are, what kinds of reasoning and evidence are used to support it, and how consistent the way one argues on this topic as compared to other topics. Now here comes the doctors of tomorrow. University of Michigan program designed a program dedicated to creating opportunities and building long-term mentorship for students to ultimately pursue careers in healthcare. DOT inspires and prepares high school students from underrepresented communities to successfully pursue their career in healthcare in order to increase diversity among the medical professions. This flagship program pairs the high school freshmen with the first year medical students to provide exposure to the medical field. Doctors of Tomorrow have the three major programs which we will discuss now. Number one is the of Tomorrow Foundations. The cornerstone of this of 9th to 10th grade program provides the year-long mentorship. The students visit the University of Michigan once a month for hands-on experience in healthcare. Number second is the Doctors of Tomorrow Rising. It alleviates the healthcare disparities, including the urban farming, youth empowerment, violence prevention, and minority access to healthcare. The internship program introduced students to various aspects of professionalism while engaging them in meaningful work in their community. Number third is the Doctors of Tomorrow Succeed. Focus on the preparing students from graduate school programs. College students serve as the mentors for the young Doctors of Tomorrow members and offer advice regarding college preparation and applications. Here is the proto-professionalism model, which is designed to describe the positive and negative influences on the development of professionalism from medical students to the mature professionals. The orange box shows the positive influences and the blue box shows the negative influences on the development of professionalism from the new medical students to the mature professional behavior. Steen Halton postulates the professionalism in the development over time through attainment and attrition. He considered phronesis as the professional wisdom, while cynicism is all about the patient's own, a person's own self-interest. Negative or influences leads to the development of the cynicism, while the positive influences leads to the phronesis. A mature medical professional is a physician who is reflective, and phronesis demands a great level of reflective capacity of all the professionals. Mature. Now here comes the Health and Care Professional Council. Health and Care Professional Council research to investigate professionalism and consciousness in healthcare professionals. Here, there are two aims of this research. Number one is to develop a quantitative approach to assessing the professionalism in paramedics and to revise an existing professionalism scale for use more widely to facilitate learning on professionalism among health and care professionals. Monuments of professionalism. First of all, a revised questionnaire was developed for the main data collection phase, including three global designs to measure overall professionalism. Number one is the American Board of Internal Medicine, measures of professionalism with compound anchors. Number second is professionalism relative to the other paramedics using relative scale. Number third is to rate the agreement with the statement. American Board of Internal Medicine's measure of professionalism rates the construct of speed, compassion, integrity, honesty, role modeling of responsible behavior, commitment to self-assessment, willingness to knowledge, errors, and consideration for the need of others in a single scale. But there is a significant drawback in the American Board of Internal Medicine's measure of professionalism is that individuals are rating multiple constructs using the same scale. For example, one rate a student as high in compassion but low on willingness to acknowledge errors. These can conflate the interpretations of numerical components of the scale. On the other hand, the second scale was included to mitigate some of these risks and focus the rater on comparing the students with the others rather than numerical value associated with professionalism. This is a global measures of professionalism based on three scales. That is American Board of Internal Medicine scales, which is further divided into three major parts: unsatisfactory, satisfactory, and superior. The second is the relative scales to mark the line to indicate where you think your professionalism lies. And number third, on the rate on the basis of the agreement, that is from strongly agree to the strongly disagree, divided into five parts. Now the dimensions of professionalism. Dimensions of professionalism includes the professional status, professional identity, attitudes, behavior, organizational contexts, situational awareness. Consciousness index. It is an objective, behavior-based measure of consciousness acts. The three major components of this are measures of attendance, punctuality in the submission of work, and the completion of feedback. This figure shows how professionalism relates the doctor to the world on the three major levels like country, community, clinic, and hospitals. In the community or region, he or she is a policy maker, planner, and a manager. The community level, he or she is an advocate, researcher, and educator. In clinics and hospitals, he or she is a provider, manager, educator, and researcher. Now the duties of the doctors towards the patients. Muslims doctor duties towards patient, respect for patient, for their privacy, their comprehensive care, respect for the patient's autonomy, inform the patients about his or her conditions, protect the patient's interests, and keep the patient's secrets confidentiality. Physicians, doctors towards their colleagues. To know how to deal with their colleagues in a good manner, to avoid the direct criticism to the colleagues, not to indulge in defaming the honor of their colleagues, to exert every possible effort to educate others, respect the differences with colleagues, either sex, culture, belief. He or she must report the incidents in which a colleague would be dangerous to the authority concerned. Clinician's duty towards his and her profession. Respect the honor of profession, develop him and herself to develop the profession through CME and research and publications. Adhere to the standards of practice. Abstain from any behavior or action that would question his or her credibility. Avoid the request of fame on the account of professional ethics and standards. To provide role model for his colleagues and patient source. Here is the role of the doctor within the healthcare service and the personal development. In the healthcare service, understanding of the healthcare system, clinical responsibility, appreciation of a doctor as a researcher, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a manager, including quality control, and in the team working. While in the personal development, it includes a lifelong learner, self-awareness, self-confidence, self-regulation like self-care, self-control, personal time management, motivation includes achievement drive and commitment initiative. Thank you. Now here comes the MCQ section. Number one is drawing the understanding of complexity of teaching and learning is an example of which phase of continuum of professionalism. No, it's phase B, phase 2, B option. Maclean and Blackwell 1997 describes the continuum of professionalism, professionalism in post-secondary teaching, meta-professional model, model of Malaysian professionalism. जी नहीं professionalism in post-secondary teaching. WHO 7-star model includes all of the following except communicator, leader,
Scholars.
Skill sets in the meta-professional is divided into base professional skills and meta professional skills, functional skills and personal skills, base professional skills and personal skills, meta professional skills and functional skills. Yes.
Base professional.
People think differently, and so they attack the problems differently. Lies in which level of reflective judgment? Level 4, 7, 5, 6.
4.
C. C. Level 5. Health and care professionals council aim to develop a quantitative approach to assessing professionalism, to develop qualitative approach of assessing professionalism, to develop quantitative and qualitative both approaches, and to develop a decimal approach to assessing professionalism.
A.
Yes, A. Develop a quantitative approach. Dimensions of professionalism include all professional status, professional identity, attitudes, and knowledge. नहीं, professional identity. Knowledge.
D. Knowledge.
Which level of reflective judgment are included in the pre-reflective phase? Level 3, level 5, level 4, level 6.
Level 3.
Yes. Doctors of Tomorrow Succeed focus on preparing students for graduate school programs, preparing high school freshmen with first-year medical students, program introducing students to various aspects of professionalisms, and provide long-year mentors. Preparing students for graduate school programs. A significant drawback of American Board of Learner Medicine's models of professionalism is individuals are rating multiple concepts using the same scale. Individuals are rating multiple concepts using different scales. Individuals are rating single construct using the same scale. Individuals are rating single construct using the different scales. No, it's A, alpha.
Multiple construct using the same scale.
Here is the key of the MCQs.
Dr. Maida, thank you very much. You have brilliantly presented about professionalism, the part 1 as well as part 2. It is very important. So I want you to please go to your MCQs from 1 and explain why that is the correct answer and not the rest of it.
Ji, ma'am.
And in the end, I would like to have more discussion on reflective practices. So first, please go to your MCQs. Right. Knowing the understanding of complexity of teaching and learning is an example of which phase of continuum of professionalism? So please tell me what
Ma'am, ये phase second में आता है क्योंकि phase first में हम सिर्फ उसकी टीचिंग और लर्निंग कैपेबिलिटीज को असेस करते हैं, उसके बाद उसकी ग्रोथ को उसको अंडरस्टैंड करके फर्दर उनको आगे लेके जाना, ये फेज सेकंड में आता
है। In phase 3 and why not phase 4?
मैम ये इसके सिर्फ 3 फेजेस होते हैं, फर्स्ट सेकंड एंड थर्ड.
Why it should
थर्ड फेज जो है वो उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है.
फेज 3 अंडरस्टैंडिंग में नहीं आता
कि हम उसको अपनी टीचिंग और लर्निंग में कैसे एप्लीकेट करते हैं, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में आता है.
ग्रोइंग द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ टीचिंग एंड लर्निंग फेज 3 में क्यों नहीं आता? आपने जहां फेजेस प्रेजेंट किए थे, आप अगर वहीं पर वापस जाएं प्लीज. Phase 3. What is phase 3? Let us understand why it is not in phase 3.
Yeah. Okay. देखते हैं कि जो हमने किया है उसका इंस्टीट्यूशन पे फील्ड पे क्या इम्पैक्ट आया है। फेज 3 में ये होता है। फेज सेकंड में हम उसको अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, उसकी ग्रोथ, ये सारी चीजें।
Phase 1, develop personal knowledge about one's own teaching and student learning. Second, develop and exchange knowledge about teaching and learning in one's discipline. Develop and exchange knowledge. Number third is develop scholarly knowledge about teaching and learning that has significance and impact on the institution and field. Why it shouldn't be in understanding or the growing understanding. Your MCQ, I think the correct answer is phase 3. If you can defend it, please let me know.
मैम मैंने तो जहाँ से ये सारा पढ़ा है उसमें उन्होंने फेज 2 की एग्जांपल में बताया था कि ग्रोथ इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी एंड टीचिंग अंडर इन द फेज 2।
अगर जब आप मेंटोर
जिस
कर रहे
आर्टिकल से
हैं
मैंने
किसी
पढ़ा।
और को आप if you are in a mentorship and you are in the role of guiding others, you are also developing your own knowledge. Teaching or mentoring is the best method to improve your own knowledge.
जी
So I think the phase 3 is the correct answer. और अब हमारे
ओके
बहुत
मैम,
से स्टूडेंट्स ने
मैं चेंज
phase
कर
3
देती
उस वक्त कहा भी था.
हूँ। हाँ जी,
Okay.
मैं
Ji.
चेंज कर देती
Next, so the correct answer is not phase 2 because in the phase 3 there is more growth of the knowledge. You are mentoring
हूँ। ठीक है।
someone. Okay, now please for rest of our presentations we will have this format. We have to explain why this answer is correct and why not the others answer are correct. Why we are choosing this one as the best answer. Okay, please go to your second slide and
Yeah.
explain every of your answers. Each and every answer.
मैकलिन एंड बेल 1997 इसका मैम इन्होंने प्रोफेशनलिज्म इन पोस्ट सेकेंडरी टीचिंग मॉडल प्रेजेंट किया था।
Right.
जी।
Very right. Next, please.
WHO मॉडल के अंदर स्कॉलर्स नहीं
It is not containing scholar. Yes, you are right. It is not containing the word scholar. Okay, right. Next, please.
स्किल सेट्स जो मैडम फर्स्ट में हमने यूज किया था टू कैटेगरी में डिवाइड किया है। इसमें एक प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स होती है और एक मेटा प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स होती है जो अल्ट्रा हाई इसका एक ऑप्शन है।
Okay, right.
People think differently and so they attack the problems differently, lies in which level of the reflective judgment. Ma'am, इसका level 5
Okay, why?
तो नहीं पता।
In reflective judgment, what is the level 5?
मैम एक मैम ये quasi reflective में आता है level 5 इसमें ये लिखा हुआ
Reflective.
है think differently and attack the problems differently and the theories could be true as they own but based on different evidences.
Okay. Your MCQ is right, but your explanation, I want more explanation from your side. What is the difference between level 4 and level 5? Both are in quasi-reflective. It means it is semi-reflective. It is not fully reflective. And reflection is one of the most important component of any professionalism as well as of any activity. So I always have the reflective cycle, that is GIBS cycle, with all my students so that they can have more reflection into their practices. So what is quasi-reflective and what is the difference between level 4 and level 5? I want to know more about it from Dr. Maida.
Sorry मैम ये नहीं पता।
Right. You have presented reflection in a very difficult way. I think we have more discussion on reflection in the end. Okay. Please continue with your questions. However, the level 5, it is attacking the difficult problems and solving it. And level 4 is you are having the problems from a simple one to the more difficult one, and you are dealing with each problem according to the difficulty level.
जी मैम.
Right. Next, please. Because with
Healthcare.
each difficulty, the judgment also changes. If you have simple problems, your judgment would be simpler. But if you have hard problems, your judgment would be harder. So you are getting from the simple problems, you are heading towards little complex problems. It is how we are asking you in the Viva questions. We always go from a very simple questions to a more difficult questions if those people who have answered all those questions that are simple, they are only those people who can answer the difficult and complex questions. However, in the next level, you are attacking very difficult problems. There are very complex and difficult problems. And then the next level, you are solving those problems only, and they all are at difficult levels. So it is not a gradual increase. It is a constantly difficult problems that are coming in. Okay. Next,
Okay.
please.
Health and care professional councils aims to develop quantitative approach, quantitative and qualitative,
It is
or
very
decimal.
clear. They have made, yes, you have already explained it, that they have made a questionnaire that is based on a scale. And whenever there is a scale, we know it is quantitative approach.
Quantitative.
Right. Next, please.
Dimensions of professionalism include all except. इसमें मैम प्रोफेशनल स्टेटस, आइडेंटिटी, एटीट्यूड्स, बिहेवियर्स आते हैं. कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी, नॉलेज नहीं होता डायमेंशंस में.
No, I am not agreed. Without knowledge, you can't have your practice, you can't have your attitude, you can't have your behavior. So it is one of a very important dimension of professionalism. Why we are studying it? Because we want to gain knowledge. If we don't have the knowledge, we can't make it in professionalism. So professional dimensions is a very wide term.
Okay, ma'am.
So the dimensions of professionalism, it is knowledge, and then you have to practice it so that all the input has to be converted into output. If you know many things but you are not practicing it, you are not showing it through your attitude or behaviors, then there is perhaps you don't have the knowledge of those things. That is why I have written in the chat box, perhaps you have read it from there, that how you have explained different behaviors towards the colleagues. It should be in the mind of every person who is in any professional place, who is in the department. They must know how to behave with their colleagues, how to respect them, how to have a dialogue with them, how to have discussion with them. And if there is any alarming situation that is going to affect the department as a whole or the community as a whole, so in a public interest, he must take some action. Without knowledge, professionalism stands nowhere. It is in the base of professionalism. So it's one important dimension is knowledge. Next, please.
Which level of reflective judgment are included in the pre-reflective phase? Pre-reflective phase के अंदर मैडम 3 levels आते हैं.
Okay. Yes. Because we have done it, that pre-reflective, quasi-reflective, and reflective judgment. So we are very clear that first 3 levels were in the pre-reflective. Right. This is right. Next, please.
Doctors of Tomorrow Succeed focus on preparing students for the postgraduate school programs.
Again, this is a very tricky question, because it is also providing year-long mentorship. It is also providing program to introduce a student to various aspects of professionalism. It is again right. Profession pairs high school freshmen with first-year medical students. Again, you have shown that there is a junior mentorship in this Doctor of Tomorrow. And the Doctor of Tomorrow is also applicable in Pakistan, because many of the 7-star doctors, their characteristics has been taken from that document of Doctor of Tomorrow that was first developed in University of Michigan.
बट मैम मैंने एमसीक्यूज में फोकस किया सक्सीड उनके प्रोग्राम को। जो सक्सीड प्रोग्राम है वो ग्रेजुएट स्कूल प्रोग्राम्स को फोकस कर रहा है। जो बाकी उनकी फाउंडेशन है या दूसरा है उसके अंदर मेंटोरशिप है, उसके अंदर डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स हैं। ये ऊपर मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ।
हाँ, मैं
3
समझ
प्रोग्राम
रही है आप इसका डॉक्टर ऑफ टुमारो का सक्सीड जो है सिर्फ उसको ले रहे हैं कि वो कहाँ पर है। अच्छा, अगर हम सक्सीड के अंदर क्या उसमें ईयर लॉन्ग मेंटोरशिप नहीं आती, आप दिखा दें मुझे। क्या उसमें मुख्तलिफ एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ प्रोफेशनलिज्म नहीं आते? मुझे आप शो कर दें। वाइदा प्लीज आप मुझे शो कर देना स्लाइड।
जी मैम, एक मिनट।
Professionalism has been my very favorite topic because, as I have told you, it has in different ethics, as well as it is a part of leadership. It is the part of our day-to-day working. So professionalism is a very important topic. So we should understand it with clarity. So Doctor of Tomorrow is a document in which there is one part is succeed, right? So succeed focuses on preparing students for graduate school. It is right. The next you have written yourself is serve as mentors for the young Doctor of Tomorrow members and offer advice regarding college preparation and applications. In MCQ, you have given the mentors. These are mentors.
जी मैम।
So your MCQs, they have to be revised in short.
ठीक है मैम।
Okay. The last MCQ, please. Provide year-long
ये
mentors.
मैम
It is the correct answer.
इसका
That is why our students are becoming so confused while you are presenting your MCQs. They don't have any clarity that this is the best one. Okay, next please. Last, 10th.
significant drawback of American Board of Internal Medicine measures of professionalism.
Okay, it's right.
इसमें मैं एग्जाम्पल से बताया था कि इसके अंदर हम मल्टीपल कंस्ट्रक्ट्स को सेम स्केल पे कर रहे होते हैं, इसलिए उसका ड्रॉबैक है ये।
राइट, बिल्कुल ठीक है, क्योंकि उसमें उन्होंने को आपने एग्जांपल से भी इसको क्लियर किया था। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच। नाउ we would have more discussion on reflective cycles. I would ask all of you, what do you understand by reflective practices and reflective behaviors, and how the reflective cycle would help you to improve your behaviors and skill sets? Anybody from the class who have used the reflective cycle? What is reflective practices? Okay, first let me know who has not used the reflective practices till now. I am sure everybody has used it. Reflective practice is one of a very important idea that we have to have reflection on our own actions as well as on our own knowledge base. We should have a reflection about what we should do in that circumstances and what we have done, and we have to reframe our actions. What we did, अभी आपके सामने हमने क्या किया? We have seen the MCQs, we have even answered them. There was a key that was available, but we do a reflective practice. हमने एक reflection किया, हमने देखा कि जो ठीक है वो क्यों ठीक था, जो नहीं ठीक था वो क्यों नहीं ठीक था, और जो confusion create हो रही थी वो कहाँ पर हो रही थी. This is one of the example of our reflective practices. Reflective practices are very important for our own learning. जरूरी नहीं है कि मैं ये डिस्कस करूं कि मैंने जो कल आपके साथ एक सेशन या मेरा कोई आपका इंटरेक्शन हुआ उसमें क्या गलतियां थी, एंड इट इज नॉट वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू टेल मी that these are the things that must be improved or that should be improved. It is one of a lifelong learner's own duty to reflect on his or her actions that he has done and find out, can I improve on it? Can I have a better option for it? Can I do better in such circumstances if it has happened again? So all these things, they would lead to reflective practice, and the reflective practice makes everyone to grow or develop. That is the part of our professional development. If each day, अक्सर आप लोगों ने सुना भी होगा कि आप जब आपका दिन का अख्ताम हो रहा हो तो आप 5 मिनट लगा ये जरूर देखें, बल्कि एक लिस्ट बना लें कि ये अच्छे काम थे जो इस पूरे दिन में मैंने